All right, before I get started here, come over to ztrades.net, check out our terms and conditions page, which is right here. Read our terms and conditions as well as our disclaimer. If you do not agree with it, do not join the Discord, which is free right down here to join and free to stay. And do not watch this video. If you do agree to it, feel free to join the Discord and continue watching this video. I want to go ahead and get into some stuff here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I'm going to give my thoughts here on the elections as well. What are we going to do on the elections? What's going to happen? And I think everybody fumbles the ball and they get it wrong. Here's what's going to happen. If it goes up on elections, which it's going to dance, it's going to be volatile up and down. If it goes up, whatever candidate wins, the people that support that will blame it on that. If it drops, they'll blame it. The people that hate that candidate or despise that candidate will blame it on that. What I think is going to happen, and I watched this in the 2020 elections, you got to keep in mind interest rates were low. There was a lot of fear, and the people that were scared sold, and the second elections were over, it rebounded, right? It was going to go up. The market was going to stay up after the 2020 elections, regardless of who got in. And if it was Biden or Trump, it was going to go up. Interest rates were low. The job market was hot. Numbers were going to come in right. That's going to drive the market. Doesn't matter. We weren't in any wars, extreme world war, none of that. There wasn't any major nuclear threat conflict. None of that was going on. Everything was somewhat fine. We had a tidal wave of inflation coming, but which the Fed should have acted sooner, and then they should have acted sooner on cutting rates as well. That could have all been pushed back, but they wanted to time it right up to elections. And rate cuts are not data dependent. The first one wasn't. The next one after this going forward will, in my opinion. So, but I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and my opinion, and I'm going to talk about some things that I'm seeing in the market. And we're also going to pull up SPY and what I see in the Qs. I'm looking at the dollar here. We are at a perfectly, to the cent, at a resistance and a level that it's respected. There, here, and here, and here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now 10 times. Important level. I want to see it come down. I don't know what's going on with the dollar, but I want to give you guys my thoughts on elections. Now, I'm not going to be biased and say, you need to vote for my candidate. That is ridiculous, and I think that's immature, and I think it's stupid. The problem I see, and I'm going to get into the market and what I think it's going to do, all right, which is different than everyone else's thoughts. I think that everybody, when it comes to voting, you form your own opinions. When you look at news on current events, you need to not only look at the same people that control all the news, right? All BBC, CNBC, Al Jazeera, CNN. You also need to look, and I'm not talking about Fox, you need to look at alternative news sources. Let's say something geopolitically is happening. We'll use Libya as an example, right? In the Libyan conflict, I'm not going to only listen to U.S. news. I want to hear the words that come out of Gaddafi's mouth when he speaks. I want to look at their news and what's happening. And I want to form my own opinion. And I want to look at other alternative news sources, right? I don't want to look at everything that's all under the West is what I'm basically saying. When I'm looking at something geopolitically, I'm using this as an example. I'm forming my own opinion. But the thing is a lot of people, I want to look at both sides, what they have to say, not just stay one-sided. Otherwise, I'm in a sense ignorant. A lot of people don't have the ability to form their own opinion. They're not that smart. They don't understand how to think. They've never learned how to think. They've never learned how to cause and effect. They don't understand that. And they're off in their own little bubble, which is totally fine. But it's actually not totally fine. It's scary because these people vote. They don't understand how anything works, and they're easily manipulated. Someone just They just form their opinions off news headlines. I challenge everybody to form your own opinions based on every single topic that's up for debate between the right and the left. Form your own opinion. Don't just blindly follow your political party. I'm not going to blindly follow my political party. Each topic is its own thing, right? I want to know what both sides believe, and I want to form my own opinion. I am not loyal to any political party, and I never will be, because they can change. And if they change, I'll change sides like that. It's very funny to see what's happened with the right and the left. The right has now become part of what the left used to be, and the left part of what the right used to be. They've completely switched. The only ones that have stayed the same is the libertarians, which is pretty funny. But, if you vote libertarian, it's like you basically burned your vote. So yeah, form your opinion opinions. And that's just my advice for everybody. And don't vote based on the feelings you get when someone speaks. Because then you could just take a speech class and you can have someone come in and manipulate you. Vote on policy. Policy is what runs the country. What is the cause and the effect of this policy? Right? Learn the policies, learn how to identify. The problem is a lot of people, if they saw a good or a bad policy, they wouldn't understand if it was good or bad. They wouldn't understand a good policy if it slapped them in the face. They don't understand any of that. And a lot of these people vote. And it's very scary. So, form your own opinions, guys. And think for yourselves. So if Trump wins, I still expect the market to drop. If Kalama wins, I still expect the market to drop. Why? Let's take a look at the TA. All else fails, listen to the technical analysis. If you're not sure, listen to the TA. That doesn't look good. We're falling right here. We've got bearish divergence. That is screaming bearish divergence right here on SPY Weekly. We're going to go down. What happened last time? I'm going to see if I can pull it up on here. And here, let's see if I can do that. If I can pull up elections. Where were elections? There they were. Let's zoom in and back up. Let's just see if I can find them. I never thought of that till now. October. Yeah, we fell. No, that was just late October. We usually fall. We fall usually the last part of October. We always fall. So we have that on top of it. Then November. Yeah, it went up. Never mind. Pretend I didn't. I just wasted everybody's time on the YouTube video. I am sorry, guys. Anyways, I do remember it taken back. It's not going to show you that on a weekly because if it comes down and goes up, it's still a part of the same candle. So it's not going to show that and reflect that on a weekly. We've got bearish divergence. Just about the end of every October, Chutron in the Discord, who is a CFA, told me that. He sent me some interesting data based on data going back, I think, 50 years on the S&P. The end of October, we fall. So it looks like we're going to drop here. Here's the two scenarios I see for elections. I see us dropping, maybe dropping prior. It's at the end of the day, it's a coin toss. Dropping prior for people who have fear, who are going to wait to get in afterwards because they're like, I'm going to wait to see what happens. We drop prior, and after elections are over, regardless of who wins, it's going to go up, right? Or if there's a run up into elections, and I'm talking about on elections that like 5 minutes before, regardless of who gets in, I expect it to drop. The market's going to do what it's going to do regardless of who gets in or out in the short term, right? As far as November goes, this needs to play out. This needs to play out. Late October is probably not going to be good. I don't think it's going to be good at all. We'll see and it's going to be rocky based on the fact that late October, let's count the bears. Late October is usually always bearish. Just about always bearish. Then we have bearish divergence confirming that that's going to happen, right? That's pretty bad on the weekly. And then usually before elections, yeah, there's a run up into it, which has happened. Look at it happen. It's happened. There is a sell off due to fear with the stock market. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. What I am sure, I'm less sure that there'll be a sell off prior to elections for people getting out. I'm more sure on us falling starting pretty much now, going into the end of October, going into next week, this week and next week. Why do I point? Is next week that way? It's, it's east of here. I don't know why I do this on video and you can't even see my arm. But yeah, I'm more sure that we're going to fall late October. So we could chop around this week. Next week, I expect us to be bearish. December, I would like us to fall substantially. I'd like us to really drop, like a lot. I would love to see, not even the 560s. I'd love to see us have a really nice drop, maybe to 540. That would be great. 540, 542, that would be amazing. That would tee us up and give us the strength and power to surge into December. So the cycle brackets, if you guys follow Ask Slim, is showing November to be bad. There could be, another scenario is there could be a sell-off after elections, mid-November. That's according to the cycle brackets. It says we're going to get smoked then. December, I still expect us to be bullish. The one curveball, and this has nothing to do with my predictions, because if this happened at any point in time, we're going to drop, is if Iran and Israel, if things kick off and energy sites get hit, it's going to be bad. Let me pull something up here. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what's going on. UUP. Let's pull it up. All right. It's a shame I can't pull up Dixie on here, can I? Yeah, I don't know why. I can pull up TTT. That doesn't look like a big run up. That is a monster run up from 54 to 71 from basically mid-September to now. That is huge. I'd like this thing to come back down quite a bit. I'm short on TTT, and it's not looking good. Now, I did add up in here. I added like right here is where I added. So it's not that bad. Overall, I had added up over in here. I had added when we were dropping, which really screwed things up, somewhere over in here, which was a mistake. We did eventually go lower. I should have covered because there was a 1, 2, 3 on the monthly on the dollar on Dixie. But you can see this big candle. The body's getting smaller. We've got a 1, 2, 3 reversal. Look at those bodies with reversal candles. Dead giveaway that we were going to shoot up and gold to go down? No, it hasn't happened. Why is that? Look at gold. There's that cup and handle I charted. Gold is on a tear. It's just, yeah. So yesterday was another all-time high. How about that? Another all-time high. Gold's going with the dollar going up. All right, what I just had was TTT. That's an inverse treasury fund, which is affected by the dollar. It's going to run with the dollar because treasuries run the opposite of the dollar. UUP is running, and the market's going with it. Let's go over to a weekly chart. Here's our rate cuts. Here's our rate hikes. That's how it affects it. Let me go ahead and whenever we're going into rate cuts, we still shot up again. Interesting. And then that was a dead giveaway. We were going to break right there. Interesting. So I'm short on a 3x leverage fund. If it was something like this, I just hold it. Even if it was for 2 years, at some point it's going to come back down, and it would be good. Let's count how many times. I think I already went over this. 1, 2, yeah, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't remember. I'm just going to go over it again. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1. Well, this hasn't rejected yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times. This is a resistance level as well as a support. It's basically a point of control in a sense. Look at that big drop when we announced we were going to cut all of 2024, but it never happened. back in late 2023. You all remember that day? SPY tore on FOMC. I mean, that was just ridiculous. I want to see us reject here. If we can reject here, Bitcoin's going to go higher. So something's weird is happening. Gold is going, bonds aren't. They're the only things that are affected right now really by the dollar running. Bitcoin's slightly affected as of this morning. But gold and silver do not care. They are just tearing with the dollar going up. They could be just pricing in the fact that we will cut next year a lot. Yesterday, let's see if yesterday was an all-time high, or not all-time high, but a new high. Yeah, it was 31.74. Good God. Silver's on a tear. You all remember watch my video since 2022? I was screaming to get in silver and gold and metals, that I was getting in that. I even charted this out. This is charted from before it broke, and I have it posted, and I'm still in the play. I can post it everywhere. They're 2026. They're not moving as fast as I'd like them to, but I mean, I am in this thing hard. This is wild what's going on here. Absolutely wild. I would love to see us right up in there. 33 would be great. 36 would be great. That'd be awesome to come to 40. I think right around 35 and 40, especially 40, I'll be taking some profits. I did another video on a 50-year cup and handle here on silver. So just kind of going over everything here, my thoughts on trying to figure out what's going on in the market with the dollar ripping and things not respecting that the dollar is going up like gold and silver. Only bonds are. And this mean divergence that we have on SPY weekly. Let's go over here. Mean bearish RSI divergence. Let's check the Qs as well. It is nasty right there. Very nasty. Yeah, we can see the other two times we had divergence right here where we're going down. And then over here we went, follow this, right? We went up. We dropped. That wasn't that intense of a drop. That wasn't as clean of a play. If you tried to play that, you would have gotten smoked. Let's go ahead and move this over. Then we had divergence here as well. This wasn't as strong, but let's take a look at that. And we went higher, right? You could have charted it out when we started to break right over in here. You could have been in puts. This is not, I'm not making a wedge here. I'm just kind of charting the bearish divergence as an example on the top part here. You could have been in puts over here, 475. This came all the way down to the CMA to 425. $50 drop. Absolutely wild, which happened this summer with all the drama going on internationally, geopolitical stuff. And as of right now, we have downside so far. I want to see that RSI start to curl over, though, because it isn't exactly confirmed yet. But that doesn't look good. SPY is a better example using the bearish divergence here leading into elections. And again, guys, think for yourselves when it comes time to vote. Oh, this is making me mad. There we go. Think for yourselves on each individual topic. Don't let other people tell you what you should believe or what you should do. You make up your own decision. This could go either way, but I don't like that bearish divergence. It would be nice to have us come down. I'd like us to go, usually in most cases, you need to go lower before you then go higher. To have a nice little pullback before we continue. Just like over in here, right? This was nice and healthy. And then we have a flag over here in October 2023. And we went higher, right? We went lower, then we went higher. We dropped lower. We're not necessarily going higher. I don't like that. Tech, though, I expect tech at the end of the year to be very, very bullish in December. But as far as the end of October, I expect us to be bearish. And I'm sounding like a parrot now, so I'm going to go ahead and get off. And I expect the market to do what the market wants to do, regardless of who gets in office. If you guys like this content, make sure to like and follow for more.